the figs are still holding their structure in there. They're not mashed up. And she's mashing it as she's placing it on the Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be our guest so you won't miss out on any of these delicious recipes. Today, again, we're gonna sort of optimize our fig harvest, make the most of it. And we're gonna show you how to make a Middle Eastern traditional dessert called Mabrushi, which is basically like a shortbread. It's basically like similar to a shortbread cake dessert. Usually they use apricot jam, but we're going to use our own homemade fig jam and fresh figs to pull off this masterpiece. So first of all, you add
butter and oil.
You add some room temperature butter and some neutral oil. The recipe is in the description below. So all the measurements will be just down there. And so you mix the butter and the vegetable oil or the neutral oil together well, and then you add some sugar to the mixture, and you keep whisking away until it turns pale. You can see the color is changing now to like a pale yellow, like a yellowish pale color. So you can see the color and the consistency after. It turns to a very pale color. And then you add one egg at a time and you whisk away. So after you've whisked the eggs together with the mixture, it looks nice and fluffy. You add some lemon zest and some vanilla essence, and you whisk away. Yeah, the smell is just intoxicating. You can smell the zesty lemon and the butter and the vanilla all coming through now. I don't know if you can smell it. It smells amazing. Okay, after whisking it for a short time, it was only a short time, you don't have to over whisk it. You start adding sifted flour and you mix it into the mixture gently by hand. Don't overwork it, just gently mix it in. And basically after a dough consistency, but without overworking it. Just gently mix it in. If you like what you've seen so far, hit the like button. And now you add the baking powder. Again, the recipe is in the description below. And you work it in again gently. So after you get that doughy consistency, you can see it's basically has a dough consistency at this moment. You take a quarter of the actual dough mixture away and you put it in the freezer for 10 minutes just to harden it up a bit. And now you lay the rest of the mixture in a baking tray that's been lined with butter. The base has been lined with butter. And you spread it across the whole tray.
You have to lift it up a little bit of the edge.
And you lift it up, make sure the edges are a bit higher than the rest of the mixture. It needs to be a bit of a almost like a bow shape where the edges are higher than the center than the rest of the mixture. Okay, now after you've lined it up across the tray, and you can see how she's mounted the edges right along, so they're sort of climbing up the walls of the baking tray. You start poking the whole mixture with a fork. Now it's time for the good stuff. So this is our homemade fig jam. You can check out the recipe which we released not long ago. It's a delicious jam, fig jam recipe. You can see the figs are still holding their structure in there. They're not mashed up. And she's mashing it as she's placing it on the short bread or short cake mixture. Oh, my poor figs.
It's going to turn around to delicious dessert.
So you're going to a better place.
Exactly.
Don't feel bad.
Look at that.
Oh, look, that's a nice one, yeah. So this is an absolute delight of a recipe. It's absolutely delicious, and it goes well with a cup of tea, cup of coffee. Just relax and enjoy it. Amazing dessert recipe. And this is why they call it Mabrushi, guys, because the word Mabrushi, it literally means to grate. As you can see, you grate the batch of dough which you saved, you placed in the freezer for half an hour or so, just to semi-harden it, to make it easier to brush off, to grate off over the dessert mixture. So you can see how she's grating it over, just like you would grate cheese, except it's the dough that you're grating over the mixture this time. And this is how it looks like, guys, after you've grated the dough mixture on top of the tray. And now you place it in a preheated oven, 180 degrees, in the middle rack until nice and golden in color. And after 20 to 30 minutes in the oven, this is the final result. Only if you can smell the aromas, the sweet, buttery aroma of this dessert is just out of this world. And there it is, guys. Nice and crumbly, buttery, figgy, jammy, delicious, absolutely delicious dessert. You can imagine how good this thing is going to be with some tea or some coffee. It's time for the quality control test. Bismillah. So flaky, buttery. It's got that slight chewiness of the fig jam in the center. Wow, I like. I like.
Thumbs up.
Double thumbs up. And if you like what you see, don't forget to give us a thumbs up yourself. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to share and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah وبركاته.